Elon Pinchas is a former Israeli diplomat. He was ambassador and consul general of Israel in New York. He joins us from Tel Aviv. A very warm welcome to Al Jazeera. So I'm not sure if you heard what Mustafa Barghouti, the Secretary General of the Palestinian National Initiative, had to say there, but under no illusions in his mind that the ultimate goal of Israel is to completely occupy and annex, of course, the occupied West Bank. Do Israelis share that view?
No. We could look at the border. I heard what Mustafa Barghouti said, Neve, and I happen to agree with much of what he had said. But I don't think there's any plan to annex wide swaths of the West Bank, only because Israel is too afraid to do so and has been very reluctant to do so for many, many years. That being established. And while a military operation could be somehow, I'm not familiar with the exact details, could be justified on grounds of actionable intelligence in terms of counterterrorism, the political angle, the political aspect is far more important. And this is where I agree with Mr. Barghouti. This government is intent on weakening the Palestinian Authority. If you recall, Neve, just a few months ago, even though everyone stopped talking about it, there was talk of a post-war Gaza plan that would include the Palestinian Authority extending its governance to the West Bank. Now, that talk has stopped for some reason because, apart from other reasons, Israel was recalcitrant and defiant and engaging it. But now, with this operation, Israel is weakening the Palestinian Authority to the point that there's not going to be anyone to negotiate with, and that is the grand plan that the government has.
When you say that Israel is afraid to annex the occupied West Bank, who or what are they afraid of? Are you talking about the United States here?
Well, no. Well, first, there's something very simple. Between the Jordan River on the east and the Mediterranean Sea on the west, there are roughly 15 million people. And the distribution is 50% Israeli Jews, 50% Palestinian Arabs. You take a percentage off here and there, it doesn't matter. In terms of demographics, it's an equilibrium. That means that if Israel annexes territories with population, not only is it illegal from an international point of view, let's assume that Israel is not worried and not concerned by that aspect, but in terms of governance, what are you going to do? Are you going to enfranchise the Palestinians? That's fine. That's okay. That means a one binational state. The chances of that working are lower than zero. Just look at Yugoslavia. Is Israel going to disenfranchise the Palestinians? Well, then you have a full-blown apartheid state, something which I don't think exists now. Right. I know that it's...
Let me jump in there, because many Palestinians, of course, would argue that what we're seeing and what is supported by this right-wing Israeli government is already a form of creeping annexation when it comes to accelerated settlement building.
Yeah, well, yes, I know that argument. I'm familiar with that argument. But if you look at the map closely, Neve, you will see that the expansion of settlements, which I am not advocating one bit, but the expansion of settlements are in the three settlement blocks that, even if you go back to the Clinton parameters following Camp David in the year of 2000, 24 years ago, these settlement blocks will be annexed to Israel in according to those parameters, according to that plan. Now, I don't know how relevant that plan is today, how applicable it is. It probably isn't. We need to look at different modalities. But you're not going to find any modalities if you're weakening the Palestinian Authority into complete dysfunction, which is why I understand when people are saying, as you just said, Neve, that there's a creeping annexation, but it's not real annexation, because that has legal implications that Israel has not used until now.
Okay, I'm very keen to cast an eye on what's going on inside Israel, on the power play and the power dynamics at play at the moment there. I mean, you recently wrote that Israel's entire political opposition should resign as a form of resistance to Netanyahu. Is that what you meant by that?
Yeah. It's explained in the article itself. Look, the opposition has been very weak, very feeble, very lethargic, out of ideas, devoid of any creativity. What I asked them to do, obviously in an article, not that I had any expectations of them actually rising to the occasion, is to unilaterally and collectively resign from parliament. That's a constitutional crisis that essentially will bring down the government. Now, you can find 57 reasons why it won't happen. I subscribe to all of them. But my point is, the dynamic right now is that there is an extraordinarily unpopular prime minister. The latest poll from yesterday shows that nearly 70% of Israelis want him to resign, including 46% of people who said they had voted for him in the latest election. That was 2022, just 2 years ago. Yet at the same time, his parliamentary bloc is pretty stable, despite what many, including me, many people thought that it would crumble. It didn't. The scent of power intoxicates them too much. But that is why I call for the opposition to do, a Hail Mary, if you will, to borrow a Christian term, and do something out of the ordinary. I don't have any hopes that they will do so. But again, Mr. Netanyahu is doing something very problematic here, very ominous here, and that he is creating a situation, an environment in which further negotiations with the Palestinians 3, 4, 5 years from now would probably be impossible because of the weakness and fragility of the Palestinian Authority.
Elon Pincus, former Israeli diplomat and ex-ambassador and consul general of Israel in New York. It's been really good to hear your thoughts on all of that. Thanks for joining us on Al Jazeera.
Thank you, Need anytime.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.